The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And this portion of the show brought to you by State Farm agents Andy Womack, Dana Womack, Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, and Emerson Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. John Dinkins here with you, and my old friend. We are really old friends. We go back a long way. Barry Wortman, head coach of the Blackman Blaze, and Barry last night, a really big win over a tough Siegel team, and won it going away. But it was close, and it was nip and tuck through a half. But I thought your defense was tremendous last night.
We were good defensively. You know, they posed quite a bit of problems in terms of being able to put pressure on the rim, and the Carter Webb causes a lot of problems because he can score it at three different levels. He can offensive rebound it. He's a very willing passer, so he makes guys better. They got great presence at the goal and the offensive rebound it and good guard play around him. So they're a very, very good offensive team, and I was pleased with our ball screen coverage, and I was pleased with our tag coverage off the ball, and really been pleased with how we our first shot defense. We finished it with a rebound. That was pleasing. I thought to get so much of our defensive philosophy into the game.
You doubled them on the boards, I think, last night. And I want to say something too that I noticed, and you can tell me if I'm wrong because I've been wrong many times. But you're kind of a tempo team. You know, you want to set the tempo. Last night, I thought you got out after a rebound, got out and really moved the ball down the floor and got some really good open looks with the threes.
Well, there's a real misconception about Blackman basketball. I think we play faster than anybody over the years. Now, this team last couple of years hadn't been quite as fast, but you know, there's a real misconception. I mean, we averaged.
And I don't know why that is.
Well,
but
we like I said, we had 14 running clocks in 2016, and then the 2018 team had 12 running clocks, and I remember we had 98 points with 3 minutes to go in the game, and I could tell the other coaches not want us to score 100, so we just were up at 50 and decided not to do it. We would play really fast. I don't think there's a better first six team, meaning score it in the first 6 seconds, with the Isaiah Hart and the Donovan Sims teams and the Trent Gibson teams. And obviously Darius's teams were so fast in the first six. So we want to score early, but at the same time, obviously want to run good offense, and the better offense you run, the more apt you are to get the foul line, and the more apt you are to get offensive rebounds. And there is a discrepancy between like our team is uniquely built this year, and it's just their skill set. But certain guys can score it different ways, and you don't want them. We always say we want you shooting shots that you practice and you can make, and so that there puts a little bit of onus on the better teams you play getting the kind of shot you want. But really, the big key. And what people don't understand is we are very, very good. And it's one thing I will hang our hat on is we're really good in transition defense. Mm-hmm. And then we don't extend the floor too much because we just don't think you can beat the really good teams spacing the floor. And so people have a hard time scoring against us. And these teams are well coached and well schooled. So if you'll watch points per possession, I get a lot of other people's stats, and we're about 1.2 point of possession, which is really good in high school basketball. Get a point every 1.2 or 1.2 points per possession, but people's usage goes way down against us, and I'm talking about their usage, not ours. So they're not playing near as fast because they're not playing in transition, and they're so it really's got a lot more to do than our opponent than how we play.
I guess that's really a good point. And last night, I think one thing too, your turnovers were way down last night. I mean, it was a really well played game without Edie part of the game because of foul trouble. And Mike Bass picked it up, and Flowers picked it up. I just thought it was a really, really good team effort. Christian didn't have a point at halftime, but came in and poured in finally 10, and he made some big baskets when you needed him.
Yeah, we've been really balanced all year. We're really unique in that we have two dribblers, Braden and Flowers and Garrison Edie. And when I say dribblers, we don't like guys dribbling, but you got to have guys that can escape and dribble. And those guys do a lot of taking care of our basketball for us, which creates a lot of stress. And they've done a phenomenal job the last 2 years, especially as much as we ask of our lead guard to run offense. So we pass and catch it really well, and and guys are getting more experience. Our turnovers this year have really been playmaking turnovers, or we throw it on the post a lot more the last year and a half than we have in the past. So doubles and things can come, but just that unforced turnover, unskilled turnover, or inexperienced turnover, we've really taken that out of our game for the most part. So that's exciting to see. We played with our season high of turnovers at Rockville, and trust me, they had a lot to do with their quickness and athleticism. But when we're taking care of the ball, we're a pretty efficient basketball team.
I know the loss at Rockville. You were undefeated at the time. You're now 7-1. Rockville's coming in there at 6-2. Siegel 4-4. Riverdale 3-5. And Oakland, although they haven't won a district game, but I'm going to tell you, they're probably one of the tougher teams to play, and it's going to be an exciting district tournament, I would think.
It will be a exciting district tournament. That Rockville, man, they're just so tough-minded and tough and embrace playing the game. So just so impressed with their team and impressed with everybody's team. Like you said, everybody brings different things, but that was a team that just we didn't we watched it. We graded it as a staff, and our team watched the game, and we played really, and we did some things really well in that game. Now it wasn't on the offensive end, but they had a lot to do with it. They had a real lot to do with it, and we didn't. We don't like to lose games, but they won the game. They just beat us. They were the tougher team. They took us out of stuff. So things like got to give them a lot of credit. And then we had a 10-point play where we had two times we had a opportunity to score in transition on really, obviously not breakaway layups, but nice layups which we should have laid it in the goal. And anytime you miss a layup, your transition defense is compromised, and they got a 3-point play and a 3-point rhythm 3 in the corner. So we missed 4 points on breakaway layups, and then they get 6 all in about 8 seconds during the course of the game. And those were big plays in the game. But man, I'm just so impressed with their toughness and their fight, and their teams playing to their strength.
It should be an interesting district tournament. You go in, I don't know. I don't like to give out team records because I'm usually wrong, but 18 wins, close to 20. That's a pretty good season, and I think credit to that, a lot to your seniors, I think, that you have. And you had a tremendous senior night last night. I mean, it was really well done, I must say, down at school before the game started.
Well, Christy Covington and her staff are phenomenal in what they've done. She's has so much value added to our school, and so many things that she does, and others. She has a great staff that support her, but our administration values those events for our student athletes and our cheerleaders and that experience, and the time that our youngsters put in, and our 4 seniors, man. And I told them last night, I said, one of the concerns I had of playing those guys as freshmen was not the inexperience as they're freshmen. It's just how hard it is to coach a kid for 4 years.
Yeah.
Because, there's a wear and tear mentally and physically. Not physically. There's a wear and tear mentally to being coached every day. And I told those guys, we were somewhere around 980 times together, where it was practice, walkthroughs, film sessions, summer program. And man, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time with anybody. But boy, I have to put up with my grading personality and me. It's tough. It really is tough.
I've never heard anybody say that, but I guess that would be true. 4 years,
no doubt. And that's really a concern. That's a hard deal.
Yeah.
And for those guys to stay committed and invested and handle I always say that the thing that makes high school basketball and athletics so good is the challenges and the tough times that you go through. Because a lot of times you run the flag up the pole, and you can't do that. Things are going to come at us, health and family and marriages. So, it sounds a little corny, but it's true. And those guys have really persevered. They've all had great moments, and they've all had challenging moments. And they've just stood there and hung the course. And I read somewhere not long ago where only about 3% of kids that pick up a ball ever play as high school seniors, 3 or 4%, and that's amazing. Now they're talking about in kindergarten probably, but the stay the course and the way those guys did it, and they're at 72 wins and counting. We've had a lot of good guys that go through our program.
You think how many games they've played together?
That's right,
and then before they got to high school too, probably.
Well, I'm just so pleased with what they've done for our program the last 4 years, and they mean so much to us. And I thought Mike Bass and Braden Flowers last night were just so good. But I think the culture of the program and what those guys said allowed those guys who both been through some frustrating times and ups and downs like y'all do, and with Mike and his injuries and Braden, just we asked so much of him that I just thought the culture and of our program that those guys has continued on has been so important to our program.
And Mike looks like he's so glad just to be out there. I mean.
I just at Mike Bass and Braden Flowers and all of our guys. I hate to bring up names, but those Mike's that handled so much with injury, and Braden just, when I have a great player, I see a great player. And Donovan Sims comes to mind. I just challenge them so much. I want them to be at their very best, and I think that's the ultimate compliment to push the Edie's and the Flowers and these guys but that can be grating and tough and frustrating. So, we're always trying to make sure our guys leave there as good as they can be.
Well, you get a chance to you're going to be at Rockville. District tournament starts next week, and I know you're always going to be worried about Blackman. They're not worried about necessarily who you play until it's time to. But your first game, you'll get a kind of a bye, I guess, sort of. But then you'll play what? What's your first game on the district?
You know what? I'm sure. I'm 99% sure, but I'm embarrassed to say until I get to that meeting today. We've been so focused.
That's what I thought. Okay,
but I do know we'll play. I feel like we'll play the winner of the Riverdale Oakland game, and both obviously present some challenges.
Barry, I'd be remiss if I hate to bring it up because I hate to give him any credit, but Scott Lawless is one of the best ADs around, and I'm just going to tell it right now on the air. But I'll deny it if you see him, but he does such a good job. He's there. He's like with you guys every step of the way. Away games, it doesn't matter.
Well, he opened that school. Him and Kevin as a basketball staff, and then he's just his daughters have gone through there, and he just has such a pride and passion for that place to be special, and just a good God-fearing man that loves people and loves kids and wants the best out of them. So he's somebody I really look up to and lean on and respect. So I just have what he does day in, day out for our students in that building is amazing. Well,
that's the nicest thing I'll ever say about him. But no, I really appreciate what he does for us and WGNS. And Barry, I got to let you go. It seemed like it goes by fast, but good luck next week.
Appreciate you.
All right, Barry Wortman, head coach of the Blackman Blaze. And when we come back, we are talking Laverne basketball here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner. This portion brought to you by Idiz Tees, who'll be happy to help you fulfill all of your imprinted apparel, embroidery, and advertising specialty needs. Find out more at idiztees.com.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer